The following is a presentation of KSL Sports. First and 12. A total roundup of BYU and Utah football and the expanded Big 12 Conference. Subscribe to the First and 12 podcast. Your hosts are Mitch Harper and Alex Kirry on KSL News Radio.
Welcome on into First and 12 here on KSL News Radio. It's year 3 of the program. Mitch Harper and Alex Kirry with you, and we're on a new night. Typically, we're holding it down on the weekends, on Sundays. Now we're going to have it on Tuesday nights. It's a kind of like a football Tuesday here on KSL News Radio. We got Cougar Tracks, First and 12, and then tonight we'll have the BYU Football Coaches Show. Loaded night on Tuesdays here during the football season. We're breaking down the 16-team Big 12, Alex.
I am so excited about it. You know, this is a far cry from us doing this at 3 or 4 in the morning during our post-game stuff during the year, but it's nice to be doing this. You and I have done a lot of hours of radio together, Mitch, and so I get excited about doing anything with you, anything that's sports-related. It's a ton of fun for us, and so if you followed the program at all, we do. We cover everything top to bottom in the Big 12, and it's our first official week. I mean, we were going through the dadgum desert, Mitch, the last couple of weeks. It was like it was that calm before the storm. And literally, there was a massive storm with Kansas State and Iowa State over there in Dublin. I'm not even referring to the post-game action between the Johnson family. I'm just talking about how wild we're already going to be getting. And I know we're going to sneeze, and this thing will be into week 8. But right now, we've got actual football to talk about. And let's kick things off here. It's our first segment of the program. Of the entire year, it's our Big 12 headlines.
12 headlines.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
The dozen storylines that shape this week of Big 12 football. Headline 1.
Year 2 of the 16-team Big 12. It's the 30th year anniversary for the conference, but even though it's year 30, it feels like it's still a new league. Arizona State returns as the defending league champion and should make for another wide-open year in the conference, and that brings us to headline number 2.
Headline 2.
All right, we weren't allowed to do a media poll this year at Big 12 Media Days, Mitch, because we blew it so bad. Not you and I personally, although I think we screwed it up just along with everybody else, right? I mean, the reality is everyone got this one wrong, and the media poll, whether or not you want to talk about I don't know if we're going to see the same inverse flip, but I think part of it is that you have so many teams that are able to make that adjustment. You have so many teams that are able to look like that they at least looked apart. And we do this in the offseason, of course, where we're able to figure this thing out. But I'm telling you, Mitch, this is one of those things that I get excited about because there are 7, 8 teams. Now, by the end of the year, we might make fun of this and go, how did we think that team was going to be one of those contenders? But that's how this works. This is top to bottom, a very talented league. No media poll means that we have a wide-open race.
3.
Headline 3, beginning of a new media rights deal for the league. ESPN, Fox, TNT Sports will televise Big 12 games. $31.7 million is the reported payout per school, and it's notable because this new media rights is what saved the league. If this didn't happen, there's probably still a Pac-12 and the Big 12 might be gone. So it's an important piece to the identity of the Big 12 Conference, and it ties into what's the new branding of the league.
This field belongs to the ones who take it. This season doesn't come with the script. This is where everything is earned, and we mean everything. We don't do handouts here. You want the spotlight? Earn it. You want to shine different? Prove it. 30 years strong, and we keep shining brighter. This is Big 12 football. This is a different league.
4.
Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps here.
Different league, Alex.
Who was it that did that voiceover work, Mitch?
You know that was your mark. You know that he's like, he heard it's like, brilliant. It's aspirational.
I think it's great. This is one of those things. And by the way, that's where headline number 5 comes in because Brett Yormark is obviously very, very proud of this conference and what he's built.
Headline 5.
And once again, I believe we will be the deepest football conference in America. No league offers the competitive balance that we do.
There we were, Mitch, in Texas, in Frisco, Texas, listening to that very speech. And, sometimes it's just sunshine and rainbows, and we pretend like, sure, you're going to be a massive league. He believes it this third year. I mean, he's the guy who's believed it from day one, but when you've added the teams that you have over the past couple of seasons, hard to think that this league couldn't be even better, but I think they're going to be, and he certainly believes it.
6.
And he also believes that the Big 12 is going to produce multiple teams in the college football playoff.
I fully expect the Big 12 to earn multiple college football playoff bids this year and to show once again that we can compete with anyone.
Last year, Arizona State was so close to knocking off Texas in the Peach Bowl. Maybe this year, multiple teams can get into that playoff.
7.
4 teams going into the front end of this season are in the AP Top 25. It could be a totally different set of 4 teams later. And you probably are going to see Kansas State knocked out of this first one, or at least on the very edge. But Arizona State 11. Kansas State was in that first poll at 17, Iowa State 22, and Texas Tech 23. Like I said, these are all guesses, but you know what? That's what we love so much about it.
Headline 8.
That's the quarterbacks. It's the Big 12 quarterback club. That's how the league is branding its QBs. So much talent in the league at quarterback this year. This was Brett Yormark on the depth of the quarterback position inside the Big 12.
This year, our star power, especially at quarterback, will be on full display. The Big 12 returns 9 starting quarterbacks who threw for over 2,400 yards last season. The rest of the Power 4 combined, just 11.
There you've got it. I mean, it's not just about the quarterbacks across the conference, but how about the quarterbacks within this state by themselves? Very intriguing stuff. Here's headline 9.
9.
Bear Bachmeier, Mitch, you've been able to break it down. We actually got to hear from the freshman this
Yes.
week. Very exciting stuff.
We did, and, it's going to be very exciting. And I even talked with his older brother, Hank Bachmeier, who kind of said, hey, Cougar fans, please be patient with him. It will be up and down at times. And even his brother said that. But there is a lot of excitement for Bear Bachmeier, first true freshman quarterback to start week 1. While on the flip side, up north, the Utes, they've got an intriguing talent.
10.
Preseason newcomer of the year, Devin Dampier, comes in from New Mexico. Even though it's a new spot for him, it feels like it's just more of the same because all the success he had in New Mexico, that carries over. His OC is still the same. Jason Beck comes with him to Salt Lake. I got to expect Utah's going to take a big leap offensively with Jason Beck calling the plays and Dampier, as dynamic as he is. Utah should be pretty good offensively
It's
this year.
exciting. I mean, that's the thing you never know about is what are you going to get with a brand new offense? But with Utah fans in Utah, they must be thinking a brand new offense is exactly what the doctor ordered.
11.
I love this, by the way, Alex. And Kyle Whittingham is probably ticked. Maybe Mike Gundy as well. But player availability reports have arrived in the Big 12 Conference. Now, keep in mind, the non-conference games, it does not apply. Only conference games will we get details on who's in, who's out for these games in regards to injuries. I just think it's needed. And look, it's weird to think that college sports is bending the knee a bit to the gamblers, but I think we don't underestimate how much these players get DMs and messages saying from gamblers, you cost me these thousands of dollars. I'm sure it happens more than we realize.
Of course.
Have it all out there above board. And honestly, it makes it easier for the coaches. Then they don't have to get peppered with questions all the time about who's in, who's out.
Yeah, but this week you've already seen a little bit of this. Have you seen the depth charts some schools are putting out?
Yes.
They're just blank pieces of paper. I was at least appreciative to see some names on the list that BYU put out this week. But, Utah State, Utah putting out a blank sheet of paper. I love it. We're already in that battle of who's going to be there. Speaking of, final headline going into this week.
And headline number 12.
All right, Mitch, I'm going to roll this out for you. The surprise team in the wide-open Big 12 this year. I've been thinking a lot about this, and JJ and I had to kind of commit to this at some point during our program, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do something wild. Everybody else has done something. I mean, what is considered crazy? I guess maybe picking West Virginia would be, as a champion, would be something similar to last year. I'm going to go with a team from Texas, and I'm going to go with the TCU Horned Frogs.
I love that pick, and that was kind of going to be my pick. I think TCU has incredible talent. I think they're top 25 in terms of their roster talent, and their recruiting has been really good with Sonny Dykes. You had the chance to talk with him at Big 12 Media Days, and I always like an underdog TCU team. I never like the expectations from a TCU team. They always seem like every 2 or 3 years. Think back to Trayvon Boykin in 2014, Andy Dalton back when they were in the Mountain West. But TCU has always had these years where they win big. And then Max Duggan, of course, 3 years ago. TCU is a great pick. I think another sleeper, honestly, is someone like a Baylor. Baylor's got a huge opportunity coming up this week. We'll dive into that coming up in the upcoming week preview. But I think Baylor with Sawyer Robertson coming back. I didn't like the Dave Aranda Wolf on Wall Street comments that he had in the offseason with some Texas high school coaches, but still, I think Baylor's pretty talented. We got to take our first break. We are locked and loaded here on First and 12 on KSL News Radio. Coming up next, we'll give you takeaways from Week 0 as it was a jam-packed week in Big 12 football from the opening week of the season. This is First and 12 on KSL News Radio.